what I get for being ill-prepared. I think nobody's here yet. Apologies, everyone. Alright, can you guys hear me now? Let me know in the chat if you guys are able to hear me. Okay. So, I think I'm going to move you guys maybe a little closer so you can hear me better. I'm gonna try plugging my mic back in really quick. And let me know if you can hear me, because it's going to be really quiet otherwise. Alright, I guess we're going to have to go low tech. Hopefully you guys will be able to hear me. I'll try to be loud so you guys can hear me alright. Sorry about that issue. Gonna be doing some carving. Let's see. Oh, weird. I like reset my chat. Weird. Oh well. As long as you guys can hear me now. So, gonna be doing some carving. Gonna be making some spatulas, maybe a kuksa, maybe some spoons. But I've really lucked out. I got a bunch of oak, some really nice oak. That, I mean, I didn't plan on having this oak for this live stream, even though this is what I planned on doing. Okay, cool. I can't understand that language. Sorry. But yeah, so I'll be carving some spoons, spatulas, kuksas. If you don't know what a kuksa is, it's this little guy here. They're part bowl, part cup. Carving some for friends. Oh, the mosquitoes are moving in. Thought the cold would have killed them all by now. Oh well. So yeah, we're going to start with some spatulas and spoons and see if we can't carve something out of this nice little chunk here. I have my doubts about some of the wood because it was a dead standing tree, so it was dead already, so no promises on the quality of the wood. I'm trying to use only live pieces. This entire table, big old slab, the guy who was cutting it down, really cool guy, local tree service, Reach Tree Service is what it's called. He cut me this like flat slab I'm going to turn into a nice work table for my live streams. And you know, they told me, they're like, hey, yeah, we're just going to put it in the wood chipper, so take whatever you want. So that worked out really well. Really got lucky because I was literally, for this live stream, I was just going to go lop down one of the mulberry trees on my property that it's too close to a power line, so I had to cut it anyway. Use that to make some stuff. I still may do that, but this saved me a lot of time. So I got really lucky on that. Let's see, what does that say? A bunch of weird emojis. What's that bug on your shoulder? Nice try. I'm not falling for that again. Aria, you got me with the shoe thing, the shoelace thing, the first one. I'm not falling for that again. Mods, ban Aria missed. No, I'm just kidding. There's no mods. But yeah. Yeah, we're going to be doing some spatulas, I think. I'll probably just do a couple, because I'll probably try to switch back and forth between different things. I'm going to try to make this live stream a little bit longer. Usually I do it for an hour or two, but I'm going to go until the sun goes down. Perfect. So this was just a split piece that happened to break off whenever he was felling the tree. But this is perfect. This is a perfect start for a spatula or a spoon. Maybe both, and we're going to be using a variety of tools today. Yeah, so I'm going to be switching back and forth between this, the Japanese nata, which is a single grind Japanese style axe knife thing. It's a really interesting, really nice tool. It's kind of the best of both worlds, but since it's only sharpened on this side and flat on this side, there's always sirens in this town. Always something going on. But because of this, the way it's ground, it's really nice for getting a really good flat plane. So I really like starting out. I mean, this is pretty flat as is, so I don't really need to do any work to this. But first and foremost, what I'm going to do with this piece is I'm going to get all this bark off, and we're going to see what we're working with. Instead of jabbering on. Oh yeah, that's a trick for you guys. if you've got really calloused hands, you know, I do blacksmith stuff and I work, so you know my hands are really calloused, but so they're not as sensitive. So touching it to your lips, touching it to your cheeks is a really good way to see if there's moisture in there. And I could tell this part of the tree was still alive just from the way it feels. So that's really good. This is a nice, I believe it's a pin oak or a white, black oak. I can't remember which one it is. I'll be honest, I'm not great with oaks. I don't really use them a whole lot. It's not a white oak. It had one of the pointier leaves. So we're going to get down below that bark, see what we got to work with, see which piece is going to be good. But yeah, this is really what I love this Natto for. This thing's awesome. I've never really used it for debarking. Actually, I think I want to use something else because I've been wanting to try this. This is the Condor bush knife, I believe it's called. It was designed by Matt Graham. It's a signature there. For Condor. He's that guy. He's like the hippie guy from Dual Survival. He's been on a bunch of other stuff, but he's a really prominent in the survival scene. Big name. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, I wanted to try trimming this bark down because I don't want to remove too much too fast. I just want to get below the bark to have as much usable wood as possible. Not too deep in the woods. Oh no, I'm just in my yard. I live in the city. What's going on today? I'm doing some carving. I'm going to start with some spoons and spatulas. Start with this piece. I might be able to squeeze out a couple little spoons and maybe a spatula or two from this piece. And then we're going to be... This thing's not great at chopping, but it's good for the bark. And then we're going to be carving a kuksa, which kuksa is this guy. I'm going to kind of use this one as a template because I really like this size. But I'm carving a kuksa. I wanted to carve one. I'm trading a friend a kuksa for a coyote pelt because I want to make a mountain man backpack out of a case hide, coyote hide. Which case hide means that it's just literally an opening in the front and the back, but like the belly's not cut, the back's not cut, sides aren't cut. So I'm just going to stitch basically the butt, stitch the butt shut, butt area where the opening is, and I should be able to make that into a nice little pack, sling style pack. Clean up these edges a bit. You can see right here where the bark's on the outside and then it goes there. I might try to peel that. I don't know. Some of it's the sapwood. This is all sapwood, but I think we're actually just going to smooth this side out. Do some little shallow cuts, and then you come down. Yeah, this is very green wood, which is good and bad. So it's like it's good because it's easy to carve, but it's bad because I have to really baby it while it's drying. I'll have to save some of the wood chips to put in a box or a bag, paper bag with the rest of the stuff. Man, I need glasses or something, man. Not too deep in the woods. Nope. Yeah, I'm in my yard. That's awesome. I bought a coyote hat that is full pelt paws and all. That's cool. This guy says, do magic? I can transform this into a spatula. I can maybe, I don't know. Magic. I'm gonna take that and then throw it away. Oh, just kidding. It's right here. Magic. Wow. Just kidding. But yeah, so we're gonna get this flattened out, get a good starting point, keep some of these wood chips, put them in a box, paper bag with the final product. We're just gonna kind of let the wood take us where it wants. I think I got enough. I think up here I want to make spoons, and down here is gonna be, I might be able to, no, we're gonna do one spatula down here. Yeah, we're gonna do that. I might bring you guys a little closer. Do magic, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so, little confession about myself. I don't know if this person who commented that knows that I did, but I can't really see what the name is. Yeah. But I, as a youngin', did stage magic, or like card magic, little sleight of hand, little tricks and stuff. Nothing great. I was never really like too good or anything, but that's funny that you mentioned that. If I had a deck of cards out here, I could show you guys something. But this is an outdoor channel. That is not in my, that's not my brand. My brand. Which apparently I have a brand, I'm told. I think actually I'm going to cut here to here, use that for a spatula. I'm going to make some little pocket spoons out of this, and then I'm going to make some other spoons up here. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to saw this part off, save that, show you guys how to make little pocket spoons. I really need to like set up like a, I need a tripod. You guys are on a stump on like a little crappy Walmart tripod, which like it works. It works for my channel. I just I need to get serious about having like better film equipment, because I'm using a phone, a apparently not working microphone. Center for you guys. The saw is okay. It just since I'm doing it on a table, if I tilt forward or back at all, it's got this big curve in it, so it's kind of annoying. I need to, just gonna set up another piece of wood on top. There we go, that's much easier, much better. But yeah, all this wood was donated to me. Let's see. You do what now? Puzzles? I do not do puzzles. I do like all hand carving and all that. So I mostly do like spoons. I also, this is normally my live streams are for blacksmithing, but on my channel I do like all kinds of outdoor stuff, so I do mostly stuff related to that. Alright, there we go. So I'll do like little spoons for stuff, these kuksas, which this is all hand carved and burned in, and all that, just hand tools. Usually power tools don't typically touch my projects. Not that there's anything wrong with using power tools, it's just I don't really do that. So it's a lot of hand carving. If I had a jigsaw or a miter saw, I could probably figure out how to make some puzzles, but let's see. Yeah, I think that's gonna be a good start for a spatula. I think it's a bit thick, so we're gonna definitely thin that out. Do you whittle? Yes, I do. I'll do like little, I carve little like wood spirit guys. They're pretty, I mean, they're not great. I'm gonna actually be probably putting some up on my Etsy shop, which is the same name as my channel. we're going to square up our piece now. Would you guys believe that this piece of wood that I'm chopping on and this piece was just a tree like an hour ago? This piece I'm working on here literally got brought down like, I mean, this piece and this piece were both attached to a tree an hour ago. It's crazy how that happens. So yeah, I think we're gonna leave that. That's pretty good blank for a spoon. I just have to get that bark off of there. Man, I wonder if there's a way to make the text on the chat bigger. Because you guys are about a good 7 feet away from me. You know, wooden puzzle box thing like a magician did. Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Green screen. Handcrafted puzzle. The puzzle's pretty expensive. Yeah, I'm sure they are. Let's see. Crap. I wonder if I bring you guys closer. Is that too close? Is this gonna be like shaking too much as I work on the piece? Because, oh man, I can read that so much better, but I don't think you guys can really. Let's see. Is that shaking too much for you guys? I could see it shaking. Let me know if that's too annoying and I'll move you back. Yeah, I'm going to look in to see if there's a way to make my chat bigger so I can read. No, that's fine, not moving. Sweet, okay, cool. I have like a... I might see, because I have a bunch of little screens, little 7-inch screens. I wonder if there's a way where I can... I have a Samsung. I could probably use Samsung DeX and cast to that. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think we're gonna stop talking about making a spatula and we're just gonna make a spatula. So I'm gonna thin this side down. I think I'm gonna cut it again. I'm gonna cut it right here. Cut it right here. This is going to be a somewhat short spatula. I don't need it to be too long. I'm trying to make like little flat spatulas that fit in pouches and like haversacks, stuff for the woods. Camping. I do not. You mean camp? I'm not camping right now. I'm just in my yard, just doing some wood. Wrong tool. It's just some woodworking. A little bit of carving. Got some nice blanks put together now, so we should be able to. I just don't want to waste any of this nice wood while I have it, because I don't like chopping trees down if I can help it. Unless they need to be cut down for whatever reason. So yeah, it's gonna be a little spatula, little guy. I think I want this part to be the flat bit. So we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna do it live. Usually I'll kind of trace out a pattern of what I want, but this time I'm just gonna, we're gonna do it live. We're gonna do what the wood wants. Got any carvers in the chat? I'm making a handle for my Warhammer. Oh yeah, I sure am. I still have to do, I realized I had made the hole round on that Warhammer head. So I'm going to come back in. I have to make a tool. I think I'm actually going to make it out of that pickaxe I got. Actually, I think you donated it to me, Colton. Yeah. I'm going to make a drift. It's a tool that'll widen the hole out. Because if you have a tool, if the head of your tool, your axe, your Warhammer, your hammer, whatever it is, if that's round, it'll slip around a little bit as you're using it. So I'm going to go ahead and make a tool out of a pick. It's called a drift. I'm going to make that so I can widen that hole out. But yeah. I think we're going to kind of continue this. We're going to pinch this in a little bit more. And I kind of like the way that sweeps out. So we're going to try to keep that going if we can. Very carefully. One tip with carving stuff like this, if you're chopping with an axe or with a knife or whatever, you never want to come completely over the piece if you're holding on the top, because you can hit your hand. So going like this is good. You also don't want to split too much before you start going the other way, because you will split out the entire workpiece. You just kind of want to come back and go back and forth until you kind of get the shape you want. I'm going to match that on the other side. I'm a carver. Yeah, heck yeah. What do you carve mostly? What's your name? Leal Annie Beck. What do you carve? I think that's just about what we want. We're going to come the other way. We can always even stuff up at the end. Let's get you to 600 subs today. Heck yeah, I hope so. I still need to, there's a little bit of a delay with my 500 subscriber giveaway with my big one, because I had ordered some special steel to make the fire steel out of, and of course Amazon, being as cool as Amazon is, was the only place I could order from that I would get it within the month. And it was supposed to be here on the 2nd, and I don't see it. Welcome everyone, doing some carving today. Right now I'm carving a little spatula, just kind of doing it live. No plans in mind, just doing it as we go. But yeah, of course my metal is somewhere in Washington. Actually, Amazon canceled my order for me because apparently it's not coming anymore. So now I'm thinking, because I need a good high carbon steel for a fire steel, because that sparks the best. So I need a really good high carbon steel. I could use an old like Farrier's rasp, which I have lots of those. Which, I mean, I guess it's fine. It is a giveaway. It's just the first one. That was a huge mosquito. It is just a giveaway, so it's not like, you know, you're paying for anything. So, but it's like I kind of wanted to use something a little specialer or more special than upcycled metal. Which, I mean, I guess it's fine. I mean, most of my fire steels are made from old files, so they work really well. It's a good steel. Some little figures and some bald eagles. That's cool. Yeah, I've done a couple little like wood spirit wizard guys. That's mostly what I've done. I've done like some animals. Like I've done like a couple boars myself, but like the statue stuff's way harder. Like this is easy. I mean, like you pretty much see the silhouette of this. All this is refining now. I just got to thin this out and you know, refine the shape down. But I mean, yeah, I'm gonna do some coal rosing on here too, once it's dry, which cold roasting is just like I made a video on it actually. You can check that out on my channel. But it's pretty much just like a decorative. I don't have any out here, but it's like a decorative thing where you like make a shallow cut. Cut away from yourself, buddy. Yeah, I will. It's fine sometimes. Really depends on what kind of cuts you're doing. Like if you're doing like a cut like, you know, you're pulling towards your thumb, that's okay. Should be safe. My mom watches, I don't want her to worry. But yeah, I think I really like that shape. We're just going to refine that down. We're going to thin this out a bit more. We're going to make this more of a subtle transition. We're going to thin it out a lot because that would be a bad spot. There is an entire swarm of mosquitoes out here. Jeez. I might have get a little fire going just to keep these guys away. But yeah, I think we're gonna just start refining this down. I'm just doing some quick, easy carving projects, nothing too crazy. The coolest thing I might make is this Kuxa, one of those. Yeah, we're gonna see if we can't get this oak down a little bit further. I might throw, depending on how much I like this piece or if it's bad. If it's a bad, you know, ends up being really ugly, because I'm just doing this live, no plans or anything. If this this ends up being too ugly, I might keep it for myself, but I'm gonna try to make this one really cool. Man, these things are cool. The Natas are really awesome tools, because you can do some of the fine tasks, you can do some of the big choppy stuff. I think I am gonna, yeah, see, I don't wanna go above there. It's really easy when you get really into a project to just lose focus for a second, and that's all that it takes to get a nice little cut. Wow, 182 viewers. Welcome, everyone. Yeah, I'm hoping, because I hit my 500 subscribers, which is the first part of getting, like, monetized and stuff. I just need to get about 1,000 watch hours in. Hopefully that'll be a thing. I can make some money on the side so I can dedicate a little bit more time towards this, because right now it's really hard to dedicate time towards it, because it costs me money to make YouTube videos at the moment. Especially if I'm doing the forging, because, you know, if I'm burning charcoal or if I'm using propane, that still costs money. Man, these mosquitoes are out in force. West Nile apparently is back on the rise in my state, which is super cool. Everyone remember when West Nile was a thing? Playing this out a little bit. I think once we refine this down just a little bit more, dude, and we're gonna refine that down, and then once I thin this out a bit more with this Nata, once we get it to right about where I want it, I think we're going to switch to a knife, a regular little small carving knife, and I think we'll switch to that and finish her out, and we'll whip out some spoons real quick. It's just nice to hog as much material off with these big cutting tools. Is that from mosquitoes or ticks? It's from mosquitoes. West Nile is. Lyme disease is from ticks, and there's a couple other, you know, Rocky Mountain fever, Rocky Mountain spotted fever, you can get that horrifying thing that ticks apparently have, where if you get bit by one and you contract the disease that it has, it makes it to where you can't eat red meat, which, like, I think it might be meat in general, but like, it makes it to where you can't absorb the proteins without it messing you up, which is like, that would really suck. I like a good steak. I don't know what the name for that is, but like, when that came out, when they first started talking about that being a thing, I didn't go in the woods that year at all, because that's spooky. I don't like the idea that I could get bit by a tick and then have to literally change my entire lifestyle. Welcome to chat, everyone. Oh gosh. Any mistake? Heck yeah. Yeah, steaks are awesome. Yeah, we're getting this just about where I want it. I'm gonna try to leave this flat top. Wait, this top flat. I think I want to curve this in a little bit, thin that out, and that'll be a nice spatula. 226 people. Welcome, everyone. Doing some carving today. I think we're about to switch to a knife. There it is. Okay, cool. I haven't used this knife in a minute, so I don't know how sharp it is, so we're gonna, it's pretty sharp, but we're gonna touch it up a little bit on the strop. It's always good to take care of your tools, especially before you start working. Man, these mosquitoes are bad. I don't have any on me, but they're like, there's like an entire like little swarm of them. Maybe there's something else, because I mean, it's pretty chilly for mosquitoes out. Today we're going to be using the Condor Indigenous Puukko, which is one of my favorites for carving like this. Oh, that's some nice green wood. I'll be doing some lever cuts, is what they're called. Man, I should have had some dinner before I came out. Somebody order me a pizza. I'm kidding, don't order me a pizza. Pizza Hut Stream Sniper. So yeah, now we're going to be able to get in. We're going to get that curve nice. There's some, I don't know how well you guys can see it, but there's some nice wood grain in here. I think that'll be pretty once we're done carving it. Bring it in where you guys can see. I like to do cuts like that and then come back in from the other way. Seeing what I'm doing is I'm cutting towards myself, but there's no way I can hit myself. I have my thumb on the other side. If I was up here, I could, but I have my thumb behind the workpiece, which lets me get in a little closer anyway, and I'm just coming from that opposite direction. And whereas I have my thumb up here, there's no way for me to come all the way up there and get myself. Alright. Start refining this. I want to leave this thick up here because I think I want to have it be thick at the top. We're going to come down and then we're going to thin out the handle a bit. Flatten out top here a bit. Sorry about the noises of the cars passing. I live in town, unfortunately. Till hopefully someday I'll be able to get out to the boonies, get out of the city. I think I want to give this piece kind of an apex in the middle of the back, like, and by that I mean like I kind of want a ridge like that to just kind of be up the back. So I'm going to try that out. I've never done that before, so that may not happen. But man, I'm used to carving dried wood, seasoned wood. This is really nice. Yeah, provided this isn't too ugly or bad, I might throw this up on the Etsy shop. I'm starting to build up stock for the Etsy shop. So, hopefully I can do some pieces for that. Obviously this has got to dry out because it's all green. So that may be a little bit before they go up, but it'll give me a chance to build up on some stock. Right now we're just removing material from this. Oh, there's a pinhole. You know what? It doesn't matter. It'll probably work out anyway. Work itself out. Alright. Welcome everyone who's new. Happy to have you here. We're just doing a little bit of carving. Nothing too fancy. I gotta get below all my cuts that I made earlier when I was getting a bunch of the material off, and a bunch of the, you'll see that there's like these split pieces where it kind of splits, comes apart. That's from that's the bark. But yeah, I was really lucky that that guy wanted to help me out. And again, that the tree cutting service company that donated this, gave it to me, it was called Reach Tree Services. I think it's R-E-A-C-H. I think it's just the word Reach and then Tree Services. And they're local, so you know, most of my subscribers are local. So if you're seeing this, you know, you need someone to cut down a tree, that guy's really cool. Really helped me out. Check how many subscribers you have. I'm not sure I know how to do that when I'm doing a live stream. How many is it? But I hope it's at 600. New Jersey. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and trim down these sides a little bit, just because I don't want the wood to get too thin while I'm trimming this down, because it'll crack. 606 subs. Woo! Heck yeah. That's awesome. Thank you guys so much for subscribing. That's awesome. I'm only like 3 months into this YouTube channel. I'm already at 600, which is just amazing to me. I can't tell you guys how much I appreciate it. I mean, I tell you over and over and over again how much I appreciate it. So I'm sure you're sick of hearing it, but man. Sorry. I really do appreciate it. It's really awesome. It's so motivating. I expected to like come out here and maybe like make a video a month. Now, you know, 3 months and I think I'm close to 90 videos. I think I'm actually gonna start coming in, and I think I'm gonna do some more big material removal. But I think I want to use my axe. Double tap for a like. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think I wanna thin this out at the top, like a lot more. I want it to be flat-ish, so we're gonna come in and hit it with the nata. It's like I want to use the axe. Man, these mosquitoes, dude! Oh my gosh! There's like a huge swarm. You know when you see like the big swarms of gnats? That's what's happening, but with mosquitoes right now. I'm getting attacked. Should name this live stream "Attack of the Mosquitoes." Let's see. Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's like, do I want to use the axe and fall back on something I'm comfortable with, or do I want to learn to use a new tool? think I should use the new tool just to get used to it, but I also don't like wasting materials. This is a really nice little carving axe made by one of the guys at the Renaissance Fair I got a couple years back. Yeah, I think we're gonna do this just for a minute. Yeah, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. My last live stream, which I'm still amazed by, got 31,000 watches. 31,000 people watched that, which is like, that's insane to me. I can't even like visualize that number of people realistically. Yeah, I think I gotta take some more off the top, because whereas it's flat on the top, it's still got some of these like split marks. You guys can see there, kind of hard to pick up. Oh, there we go. You can kind of see right there. I want to smooth that out, and I want to leave a lot of real estate on here so I can do the coal rosing, because that's been a fun thing I've been practicing. So that way I can get some more practice on there, and you guys can, if I sell this, it'll be, you know, interesting and different. So the axe is nice, it's slow going, but it's really, it does exactly what I want it to. The knot is a little bit heavier, believe it or not. Yeah, this guy, I mean, it's thick. Thick. I mean, but this guy's pretty small, but it's pretty nice when it comes to carving. Which, I mean, I think that pretty much was made for it, so I guess that makes sense. Yeah, I really need to dedicate like an entire day where I just build up stock for a shop or for like an event or something, and really just go, you know, dedicate an entire day, just like spend an entire 12 hours just knocking out stuff. It's like live streaming and like making the videos is fun, and I really enjoy it, but I tend to only get about half as much done as I normally would, because, you know, I'm focusing on the camera, I'm making sure that, you know, I'm trying to be entertaining, you know, especially the live streams. I really try to be engaging and talk to you guys. What are you making, sir? I am making a little spatula. And then I'll probably knock out like 2 little pocket spoons out of that. Maybe either another spatula or a couple spoons out of that. But yeah, we're just making a spoon or a spatula. And then I think I'm gonna make one of these, which is a kuksa, which I love this thing. It's a cup, it's a bowl. It this bit slips under your belt, stays under your belt with that. I use it all the time. I love that thing. Sometimes you'll catch me drinking out of it at home even. Yeah. We're thinning out a bit, which is good. Do some control cuts so it doesn't want to just blow out the grain. I don't want to thin too much off the back. I think that's about the profile we want. I like that kind of sweep. I can refine that down more, but I want to, I think I want to try to carve like a kind of like a groove in it. I've never done that on a spatula, and I think that'd be really cool. So I think we're going to do that. But first, before we start working on that, I got to address these lines, which I'm going to use my knife for that. I'm actually going to use this big one because I think that'll give me a better flat across the front. Is it a spoon? It is a spatula. It's going to kind of have a scoop like a spoon, but just because I want to try that out. know, spatulas are typically flat. You know, for being green, stuff's still pretty hard. I mean, it is oak, so that makes sense. Got most of those lines taken out. I just got to clean up a couple little spots. I've never used this thing. Oh, my wrap I put on it. Oh well. So much for that. This is just some cordage I threw on here that I made just to kind of help as I was trying to chop with it, which this thing is not a good chopper. It's a good it's good for really light stuff, but it's not good for like serious chopping. So we're gonna just remove that. They got all kinds of crazy colors in there. I think some of it might have been dyed or something. Yeah, I think I like the way that feels better anyway. So no loss there. I kind of like this for this. It's kind of nice to have, like, it does really nice controlled cuts for being as big as it is. I mean, because it's pretty thin. I mean, even my pocket knife I got that I made, I mean, you got that compared to that, and the length on those, I mean, there's a pretty big difference in length there. But pretty big difference in length there, but the thickness on that one's like twice as much as that. So it's like I can get really nice controlled cuts with this, and this is the Condor, I think it's just called the Condor bush knife. I really like Condor as a company. There's something about, they use 1095 a lot, which is mainly the knife steel that I use as well. Their heat treatment's like awesome on it. It's really good. So it holds an edge really well. It holds an edge really well, and it sharpens really well. Gotta trim up just a couple more spots. Oh yeah, that's nice. This one's not actually made from the 1095. This is 420 high carbon stainless steel. But it's still nice. I haven't used this one all that much because I got this like right around the time I made one of my big chopping knives, and so it's like it's really hard because it's like I'll buy knives, but it's hard to take them out because it's like I always want to take out the stuff that I made. Got any knife makers in the chat who also do bushcraft stuff that have that same problem? Because it's annoying. Because I always just want to be like, oh well, I could go use this other knife. I don't even buy knives anymore, to be honest. I haven't bought a knife in a couple years, I don't think. Because it's hard to justify, especially buying like good knives, you know, dropping a couple $100 on a good knife when I could just go to my garage and make exactly what I want for a lot less. It just costs labor, material, and gas, which pays for itself because then I got to do something I really am passionate about, something I really enjoy doing. Sorry if this one's a little more boring than my blacksmith live streams. Which, if you're new here and you're into that, I try to do a blacksmith live stream once a week, and I make all kinds of stuff. I've made knives, war hammers, belt buckles. I do like metal casting sometimes as well. That's usually what my live streams are, which I've been doing a lot more lately because it's just it's a lot easier to do because I don't have to edit, I don't have to go anywhere, I'm just in my yard, so it's a lot easier. I'm definitely into learning carbon. Cool. Yeah, it's carving's a really fun skill. I find that satisfying too, because it's like you can I mean, like I almost have the spatula done, just have to thin it out. But I mean, in an afternoon you can have something that you'll use. Like, I mean, this took me a couple days, but I mean, I've cherished this for years. It's something I use all the time, and so it's like, make something in just a little bit of time and it lasts you forever. And it, not to be too hippie-ish, but I feel like using wood from your land is like, it gives you, especially if you're using it to eat, and in like, in a way, like kind of inviting that, you know, land energy into your home. I don't know how to describe it other than that, but it's like the connectedness to the land that like the settlers had and all that. That's kind of how I view it, you know. And it's like our peasant ancestors and stuff. You know, they wouldn't go to the grocery store to buy a spoon, they would just carve some, realistically, stuff like that. But it's like, so it's like that piece of wood, you know, grew on that land, developed on that land, and then was harvested and used on that land, and it returns to that land when it's done. I think I'm liking that profile. Definitely want to thin it out a lot more, but I don't want to get it too thin, because while it's drying I don't want it to crack. And you can always refine it down later. That's the really cool thing about wood versus knives, because if I make a knife and I like get through all the sharpening and put an edge on it, I really enjoy foraging for plants and some mushrooms. Oh yeah, that's definitely fun. It's kind of a mushroom season here. Like Chicken of the Woods and Hen of the Woods comes up right about now. I mean, it's been a really dry year though, so I don't even really know how the mushrooms are going to do this year. But I also like to do that. I really wish I could do a live stream in the woods, but we do not. Like, the woods I go to do not have signal. I can't even like send a text or make a phone call out there. Someone told me to get Starlink so I can cast from the woods, which is like cool. That'd be cool, but I'm gonna be honest, I can't afford that. See, you gotta be careful. I took off a callus just now. It didn't pierce the skin, but getting a little overzealous. So we're gonna go ahead and cut away from ourselves now. Sorry if you're watching, Mom. Try not to blow through this too fast. I don't want to trim it down too much. Yeah, I figured this would be a nice chill live stream, doing some carving. Something I hadn't done before on here. I may not do it in the future, depending on how well this does. Hello from Russia. Oh, far away. Hello from America. Flatten this out on the top just a little bit more. Got some cut marks. I was going to try to do dual stream on both here and Twitch, or here on TikTok, but I'm not sure how to do that with a phone. Like, since I am at home and like just straight up in my yard, I mean, I could probably, like, I don't have a laptop or anything, but I could probably figure out something with that. I do have some little computers I made, little cyber decks. That's not really related to the channel though, but I probably won't talk about those too much on here. But think I want to. I kind of like the way this is kind of getting a little bit of a curve. The spatula, I think this is going to be a nice little spatula, but kind of like the curve that that's getting. Because it's running along the grain. So I think we'll exacerbate that, make that a little more, because I thought about evening that out. I just don't know if I want to do that, because it's kind of cool to see the wood grain flow that way. We'll see. I might just try to taper this down a little bit more. I don't know. It's looking a little wonky now. Oh, you guys are just in time for the church bells. Let you guys listen to the church bells for a minute. May not be the most entertaining, but I don't like talking over them as I talk over them. At the end, not a doubt. They usually play like 6 songs in a row, but yeah. Sorry if this is not as entertaining as my usual live streams, but I appreciate you guys for hanging out. Huh. I lived in a lot of places in America, and I just realized this is the only place I've ever lived where I hear the church bells every day. Interesting. Do you guys, everyone in the chat, do you guys have, who doesn't live in this town obviously, do you guys have churches that play songs every day? Hello and welcome, new watchers. Man, I may only be able. Mosquitoes. I may be only able to knock out this spatula in a spoon or two. It's definitely getting dark earlier and earlier. That's winter, though. It's funny because I feel like I get surprised every year about how quickly it gets dark. Like it hasn't happened every year. Yep, just carving away. She's coming in. Doing some shallow detail cuts. I haven't been focusing on that part for too long. We're going to move on. We're just trying to make some nice transitions into the paddle bit. I don't really know the etymology? The anatomy of a spatula, or all the terms for it. I'm sure there's like weird names. Like, oh yeah, the gruncle goes into the spadoodler. I'm sure there is something like that, but I don't know it. Neighbor's yelling at his dog. I kind of made it ugly. Oh dang. Ugh, I don't think I like that much. There's still some wiggle room. I'm not too worried about it. I can always change the shape later on. Especially, I got a lot of real estate back here I need to remove. Welcome, new people. Doing some carving. Just a laid back, calm stream this time. Oh man, she's getting the spatula's turning out a little ugly. Put a chamfer on that. I think that'll make it look a lot better. See kind of more what I mean by chamfer is I'm just putting an angle on this edge here, because if not, it's just a sharp angle. Not only does it look bad, but it makes your final product a lot more brittle and prone to splitting and breaking, especially while it's drying out. Guess I could bring you guys a little closer, even now that I'm not doing chopping, so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. Is that too close? There we go. You guys like the sound of the church bells? You want me to go tell them to turn it off? Come this other way. Oh my god, I'm bleeding everywhere. I'm just kidding, I'm not. I might switch. Let's get you guys back again. Get out of my face. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start trying to scoop this part out now. But yeah, this I don't know how many of these like live carving things I'm gonna do. I just happened to, I had the itch today to do a little carving. Figured kind of experiment, see if people like it, see if people dislike it. I feel like it's probably a little oh, you know what I could use? Well, yeah, no, I'm stupid. I'm just gonna use my curved chisel. all this crap out of the way. I need to check this out, guys. I'm gonna show you guys a tip that will roll with the wood grain so you guys can see a little better. I'm gonna put that there, and then we're gonna brace our workpiece against that. This wood's definitely harder than what I'm used to working with, which is sycamore. Let's actually try this spoon knife. Come in and do some carving. Try to do it in a way where you guys can see. It's not working. We're just gonna carve like normal. This is what I mean. It's kind of hard to get the balance between like showing you guys what I'm doing and like actually being able to do it. You know, it's kind of hard to strike that balance as a YouTuber. But yeah, we're just trying to scoop that out. I could. We're gonna try the adze, which an adze is this guy. It's like an axe but curved. Show you guys out. Oh no! Why? Oh, oh. Why? Sorry, everyone. Okay. I think that's as good as we're going to get. I don't know why the zoom freaked out. That's not the right handle. We're just going to come in and cheat, use this adze, and just put a little scoop in here. I've never done a spatula with this before, so it's kind of new to me. I'm usually using, when I carve with this, it's usually a bowl or a spoon, so it's like self-contained. So I don't know if that's going to make this easier or harder. Definitely should have eaten dinner before I came out here. Kind of lagging a little bit, but yeah, we'll see. I'm going to check the numbers, see if this is at all successful. I feel like blacksmith stuff's, you know, a little more showy. We got, you know, it's making knives, it's making, you know, tools and weapons. I feel like that's a little cooler than being like, well, guys, here's a spatula. And I have a lot less time in between, like, while the work pieces are heating up. You guys are, like, way crooked. I'm going to try to zoom again. Hold on. There we go. I think that's better. Anyone have any questions in the comments or in the chats? spoon knife I'm going to try out. I think this one will be a little bit better. Oh yeah. I've thought about doing some like flint knapping as well as a live stream, because I'm learning that skill right now, practicing that. Would that be something you guys would be interested in watching? Yeah, this is working really nice now. We're just kind of getting that hard to see. I'm just getting that kind of hollowed out. I don't know why. I just felt like this spatula should have that. Mosquitoes, dude. Definitely next time I come out here, I'm gonna make a little fire. Unless I think we're supposed to actually get some cold weather coming in, send the mosquitoes back to hell. That's just about as much scoop as I want to put in there. We're going to clean that up with my regular knife now. Come in here. Clean this up, straighten this stuff out. What's Chumley doing? I really hate when people say I look like Chumley. That guy's so stupid. Like, I get either Duck Dynasty or Chumley a lot. And the only reason I think I get Duck Dynasty at all is because I wear a bandana all the time. But yeah, Chumley, God. Every time someone says I'm like Chumley, it makes me die a little inside. Didn't that guy go to jail for like drug related stuff, or like underage kid stuff? Is Pawn Stars even still a thing? Let me know, chat. Chumley. F's in the chat for me. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, Pawn Stars was fake anyway. They'd pay people to... Like, some of the stuff that people would bring on were real, but, like, most of the time it was just like, alright, bring this on the show. But, like, anytime you saw a celebrity on there, I'm pretty sure they were paid to be on there. Pretty sure. But, I mean, like, what on TV is real anymore anyway? So... I did not know that. Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, that show's got like tons of money, so I would not doubt at all. I mean, he's kind of like the comic relief or whatever, I think. I'm going to be honest, I haven't really watched Pawn Stars that much. Isn't it on the History Channel? What does that have to do with history? Wow, it got really dark. Ooh. It's got nothing to do with history. It's like the Science Channel doesn't play science anymore. Did you know TLC, with all the trashy shows, that's all TLC stands for the Learning Channel. It was actually started to help educate the extremely neglected Appalachia areas, help school teachers have like talking points and lessons and stuff. I'm pretty sure that's why the Learning Channel started. Now it's just like trash TV Central. It has nothing to do with education. History Channel's all conspiracy theories. Totally set up, all rehearsed. Yeah, no, it's 100%. Man, it's definitely getting dark. May have to call this one done with just a spatula. That's kind of stinks. I was hoping to get a Kuxa done too. But we'll try to whip this one out real quick for you guys. Finish it up just so you guys can get some closure. Kind of good anyway. I need to eat something. I haven't really eaten much today. All I've had is junk all day. I think I had Sonic for lunch, McDonald's for breakfast. Ugh. Get the lanterns? Yeah, you know what? Actually, shoot, I got a lantern right over here still. Forgot to bring it in last time when I did my spooky Halloween video. Got some. You know what? I'm gonna go grab. I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna go grab a lighter because I don't have one on me. I'll grab a better lantern too. Be right back. All right. Sorry about that, chat. Oh. Wow, definitely got dark. Let's see how this little candle does. Wow. Nothing. Try these candles. I got like 3 little mini candles here. This is my mood lighting for the Halloween video. Which, like, I tell some spooky stories there. How's that? Hey, you know what? That kind of works. I also have this. That's where my other blanket pin went. So I have this guy, which is really cool. This is a replica of a World War II lantern. It's got this glass, which is made from mica. That's where that needle case went. I really need to like get all my kit together. Really have everything not be separate so much. So in here I've got a candle. Put everything back together. Got a candle. And how this works is this reflective inside, which, wow, cool. This candle sticks out. And this reflective, like, tinned up, it's, put your candle in there and it reflects. Put that there. Okay, cool. Put some, I got some wax in there now, but I gotta heat it up just a little bit to soften it up. Get that in there. But yeah, it'll just sit there. It'll stay open like that. I'll get light and it'll reflect, but the wind won't blow it out as easily because it's got that little wind guard. Let's see, I forgot the best place to put this. Apologies while I'm getting all this figured out. Alright. How's that? Yeah, you guys can still see that. Heck yeah. You know, actually, this lighting's not bad for carving. Reminds me of carving next to a campfire. Good suggestion, Colton. I don't know how much more I'm going to carve. So I believe my wife... No, she will not be home soon. Never mind. I do need to eat something. I've done quite a bit of stuff today, hauling around a bunch of wood. I mean, I've got a whole stack of wood. Something walking around my yard. I think it's probably the deer that live in my area. It's a cool lamp. Yes, it is. I really like it. My wife got it for me for last Christmas. This is the first time I've been able to use it. I was gonna put together my like 18th century like hiking trekking kit and use it for that, even though it's technically not the right time period. I don't think I'll judge myself too harshly on that. It's definitely close enough. How are we coming on that pizza, guys? You guys ordering me a pizza yet? I'm kidding, don't order me pizza. Not that I don't think anyone watching knows my address. I would hope not. No one docks me. Yeah. Not that I don't think that's gonna be a thing, but like just in case. I'm a big boy. I like pizza. What's your guys' favorite pizza? Mine's anchovy and pineapple. I'm lying. I just wanted to be upsetting. I do like anchovy. Anchovy's good. Pineapple on pizza is an abomination, though, and I will die on that hill. It's kind of chill. Like, this is nice. I don't know. I only got a couple people watching. I'm having a really good time. It's really enjoyable to just. I mean, it's a really nice night. Very chill. It's a lot less stressful than blacksmithing, I'll tell you that. Not that I like blacksmithing. It's just if you look away for too long, especially if you're working on something for someone else, if you look away from the thing too long to look at chat or something, I mean, you could burn that piece of steel and hours of work can just be gone. Kind of like, I mean, it's past Halloween, but I kind of want to tell like a spooky story. Maybe I'll tell one of the stories from the Ozarks. Ooh. I don't know if you, I don't know if I can tell, like, am I allowed to talk about certain things on live? Am I going to get banned if I, like, say some of the bad words on YouTube, like unalive, sewer slide? I'm gonna tell a story anyway. I'll try to censor it. Thanks, YouTube. But so I'm gonna tell you guys the story of Raw Head and Bloody Bones. It's a story from these parts of the world, the Ozarks area. And it's a story about an old witch. I don't remember her name. But she was a famous conjure woman here in the Ozarks. She had this pig. Now, word around town, I don't know if I'm putting on the accent, but word around town is people saw her always talking to this pig, and sometimes pig would walk on two legs like a man. Sometimes it would help out with chores, but she'd always treat it like an equal. And his name was Raw Head. So, the way I've heard the story told is there was a hunter, new to town, didn't know anything about the witch. She was well liked by the community. Didn't know anything about the witch, didn't know anything about this pig, so he asked around and stuff. He said, well, I see his pig sometimes in the woods. I think I messed up the spatula, guys. Ugh. I chipped out a piece right here really bad. It's really thin. I can save it. I just got to make it a little shorter. So, story goes, he got to hunt the land in that town. He'd see the pig sometimes, apart from the old lady. And he asked about it because he had a big, mean scar right across his eye, and he had red bristles on his back because he was a wild hog. So he asked some of the other hunters. He's like, why isn't anyone taking that wild pig, that wild hog? They say, well, now that belongs to the Witch of the Wood. She's taken to that pig, and we won't hunt it on account of her. And he said, I'm going to take it, I'm going to sell its meat, sell its bones. Hell. And so he did. One day, Rawhead was out in the woods, rooting around, doing what he does, minding in his own business. And this hunter come along, shot him. So he took him back to his cabin, processed him down, chopped him up, butchered him, and came to sundown, and the old witch was wondering where her pig was, where Rawhead was. She called for him, and she called for him, and he didn't come home that night. So the next day she goes into town, puts on her coat, starts asking people which they're obliged to answer because she's a witch. She starts asking around. She said, "Has anyone seen my pig?" And they say, "Well, no." She asked one of the hunters, "Have you seen my pig?" He says, "Well, I haven't, but the new hunter in town was asking about him last night. Seemed real perturbed when we told him he couldn't hunt him." She said, "Oh, okay." So she goes home. Wow, I'm down to 19 viewers. You guys do not like the live stream, or the carving live stream. I think we saved it. It looks like a little kid shovel. Is what this looks like. But oh well, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep telling the story because I gotta finish it. So she goes back home and whips out her conjuration book, where she keeps all her spells, and she conjures up a spell, reanimates Rawhead, but there's a problem. She calls his spirit back to his body, but all that's left, the only thing that hasn't been processed down in a sausage or butchered too far, is his head. So his head hops over. There's other animals that the hunter had gotten processed down. And so he hops over and he finds the body of a deer. No arms or legs. So he pops his head on there. Magic. Takes over this deer's body. And he sees something else. He sees the claws of a mountain lion. So he goes over there, claws and arms of a mountain lion. So he goes over and he puts those on, wiggles over, I guess, like an inchworm or something. And he puts those on his body. And he says, "Well, I've got no back legs." So he's looking around, sees the back legs of a goat. And he puts those on his back legs. And he's like, "Well, I need a tail. Every proper animal's got to have a tail." And so he finds a raccoon tail. I didn't make this story up, guys. This is an Ozark story. Folklore story. So he sees this raccoon tail. He puts on a raccoon tail. And so he's a pig head with a big red stripe, mean scar across his eye. He's got the body of a deer, the back legs of a goat, and the front claws of a mountain lion. So for 3 nights, the hunter who went to go to the barn, went to go to his, the place where he processes his animals, and he noticed all the pieces missing. He said, "Well, someone must have robbed me. Maybe that crazy old witch came up here and took back the remains of her beloved pig and took some other souvenirs with her." He said, "I don't mind her. I don't believe in none of that." So the first night, Rawhead stalks the man, learns his routine, watches him outside the cabin, uses his mother's voice. Somehow the pig knew his mother's voice, magic, whatever. Which the mother had been long past. And he calls the man to the barn. Sometimes it's a barn, sometimes it's a shed. We'll make it a barn just to make it easy. He calls him to the barn. He said, "Son, come in here. I need some help." So he goes, hearing the voice of his long dead mother, long unalived mother. And I hate telling, this isn't like that spooky of a story, but I hate telling stories and hearing spooky stuff. There's something walking around my yard right over there. Oh, also, okay, so I forgot part of the story. He also had the eyes of a mountain lion, the yellow eyes of a mountain lion. So he had the eyes of a mountain lion. He had the head of a pig, red mane. He had the body of a deer. He had the back legs of a goat, and he also had tail of a raccoon. Sorry if this is silly. It's just something to talk about. But so the first night he calls him in, and he just calls him in the barn to see if he could get him in there. He does. The guy said, "Well, that was mighty strange. My mother's been dead for years. What was she doing calling me into this barn?" The second night he calls him in again, same voice, and he says, "Raw head and bloody bones," because all the bloody bones of the animals in the barn. And then the hunter is so scared he runs back to his cabin and locks up. Doesn't come out till the sun's up. And the third night, he's still awake. You know, he hasn't slept since all that happened. And I just realized how boring the story is. Sorry, guys. It's the cat. Oh, it may be the cat. His name is Mao. But yeah, and the third night he calls him in there, or he knocks on the door. He says, raw head and bloody bones." And the hunter runs out in the night. Raw head and bloody bones chases him down, rips him apart with his mountain lion claws, and that's it. The end. I should have picked a better story. And then every night, I think it's like every night on Halloween, like all the stories ever, he still roams the hills, and you can hear him screaming, the Rawhead and Bloody Bones, that is. But the witch is gone, but her magic still remains. I'm sure there's some, like, weird, not great stories like that stem from something. Maybe there was a strange old lady that lived outside the town that was friends with a pig. Some element of truth. I find that those weird stories that don't have like morals or don't have, let me guess the moral of that story be don't mess with people's dogs, pets, loved creatures. Don't mess with witches. Who knows? I find that those stories usually probably stem from something that actually happened. Yeah, I don't think I'm putting this one up on the Etsy shop. This one just may live in my kitchen. This is not my best work. Definitely an experiment with this little part here. I usually like to carve it down a lot more for my personal spatulas. I like to get them about as thick as about a millimeter thin, but a little bit thicker than that knife. Oh man, I lost some of my candles. Yeah, appreciate you guys hanging out with me again. I think we're down to the most loyal subscribers and maybe like some passerbys. I say as I drop 2 more people. I think we'll probably call it here. I'll probably finish this in a later time. Or maybe I'll switch. I might switch to TikTok Live or try doing Twitch. Just be like kind of a chill thing. I also want to kind of experiment with those 2 other streaming services as well. I'm kind of liking the shape of this fanned out top now. Oh yeah. I'm gonna definitely have to. I'm gonna level up this top. I think I'm gonna have it. You know what? Instead of just talking about it, I'm just gonna show you guys. There's this finish I like to put on these. Kind of finial tip. I don't know if finial is the right word for it. That sounds like a deer. Slow steps of a deer. Yeah, I'm gonna put that, make that a little bit nicer. I think I'm gonna do a little bit of a decorative tip on here, just for funsies. Especially, I think this is gonna be just for one for my kitchen. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Appreciate you guys watching. Been enjoying the lives and videos, man. Thanks. Appreciate it. I want to get back to doing my my outdoor stuff soon here, though. I probably still will try to do like a live stream a week because I really enjoy doing them. I mean, there's no editing. I don't have to worry about too much. I can just kind of be candid and talk. I don't have to go anywhere besides my yard. So they're really nice for that. They're really convenient, easy for me to do. But I'm really missing the woods. I've not been out in the woods since my son was born. It's just hard to get out, especially because I have been kind of prioritizing these live streams because they're really good for my channel as well. I mean, I get like a bunch. I don't. What's my subscriber count up to right now? I don't have any way to check. But I mean, like, I started at like 680, and at the beginning of my live stream got to like 600. So I mean, that alone is a good reason to do these, because I mean, this is, I think I do make posts. I think I did make a post this morning, actually, even. But for some reason, like, YouTube lately has not been, I don't want to say 622, holy crap. Wow. Thanks for checking that for me, Colton. But yeah, YouTube has not been notifying people of my posts. Like, even my live videos and stuff, I have people being like, why haven't you posted in like 2 or 3 weeks? And I'm like, I just posted yesterday. But YouTube's just not really been suggesting that, so the only way my channel's been growing is pretty much these live streams. And I mean, I post every time. I'm like, oh, live stream tonight. I think I said I was going to do a live stream like I don't know, maybe 6 hours. Yeah, see, I don't know why it doesn't give you guys notifications. It's like YouTube's so broken right now. I did not pick the best time to become a YouTuber, which, I mean, I'm not doing this to be a YouTuber. I'm pretty much doing this as a hobby that feeds my other hobbies, and, you know, maybe make some money on the side. I don't think it's not really a good time to try to become a professional like YouTuber. The algorithm and the nature of the beast at the moment is not very favorable for that. But yeah, I don't know why it doesn't notify people. It's like one of my friends who's, you know, subscribed, and he hit the bell notification and everything. He was like the first to tell me. He was like, I know you're posting, but it's not telling me you're posting. Yeah, I don't know why that is. YouTube. It's a mystery. Yeah, I think we're just about most of the way done messing around with this one. That's got to do a bunch more refining, but I don't want to do too much because I don't want this to crack. Like I said, this was green wood. I'm going to have to dry this out pretty slow so it doesn't crack because I got it pretty thin in a bunch of spots. But I still got to do some refining, which will be a lot easier once this wood is a little bit harder. I'm going to put the champers on, carve some champers. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go try. I have a TikTok. I don't care about the TikTok. I'm gonna be completely honest. This one's pretty much, this live stream on YouTube's pretty much done. We petered out pretty well. So, but I mean, I do not like TikTok, guys. I'm gonna be honest. I only have a TikTok just to kind of put my name out there a little bit more. But it's literally just my yeah, it's very fun to watch the process. That's why I like to watch like people carve on YouTube. I usually get up at like the middle of the night to feed my son, and I give him a bottle and stuff, and I'll usually throw on some carving stuff. It's kind of actually what got me in the mood to do it today. Was I just watched a bunch last night. I was gonna carve a kuksa from the mulberry tree in my yard that I need to cut down, but then I just stumbled across that guy cutting down the tree. I was like, hey, can I have some of that? And he's like, yeah, take it. Less stuff for me to throw in a chipper. So, bingo bango. Yeah, that was a Reach Tree Services. Was that guy? If you're local, check him out. Yeah, it went from that big chunk to just, I mean, realistically, this is a functional spatula now. I mean, I want to do the refining work on it just to make it a little bit better of a final product, because I do plan on using this. But I do want to leave in some carve marks. It's deer. It is deer. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see. She's coming. With my light. Let's go see this deer. Oh. Let's turn you around. Okay, cool. Yeah, there's my workstation. Let's go see if we can sneak up on this deer, which is always a great idea. I don't know where she went. She's gone. Okay, never mind. We're going back to carving. We almost turned into a hunting channel, chat. Oh, man. Oh, hey, Joey. I'm carving this spatula by candlelight. It's very romantic. But you came in just in time for me to leave. I'm gonna go try to do a little bit of a live stream on either Twitch or TikTok just to try them out and carve a spoon or two maybe. Very spooky lighting, I like it. But yeah, this chat's pretty much petered down, so my viewers are pretty much dropped. So I'm gonna go try out, just to try on there, because I do want to do multi-streaming eventually. My Twitch name is the same as this channel, so is my TikTok. So if you want to check me out on there, I'm going to be going over there just to try it out. Today was just a kind of a day of experiments to see if just to see if people would be into the wood carving, which, I mean, I'll see those numbers later. But I mean, I got a bunch of subscribers, so I mean, I would say I guess it was somewhat of a success if people were willing to subscribe. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and hop on. I think I'm gonna try. I don't know. Which would you guys, if anyone's gonna follow me, what do you think I should do, Twitch or TikTok? Because TikTok's about to have like a live, like, event thing where you can go live and join. What do you think, Joey? TikTok or Twitch? I know you probably know more about other streaming services than I do. I don't have a TikTok yet. That's what I would recommend. Kick? See, I don't have a Kick set up. Maybe one day I'll do Kick. I mean, if you guys want to chill here, I mean, I don't have any problem with that too. I worry about it being a little boring. I mean, because now I'm just doing the really fine refining work, and no, I do want to try out one of the other services just to try it out, because I would like to do multi-streams someday where I can do like live on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, and maybe Kick at the same time. That is kind of a goal, which would be, I mean, I have a hard enough time keeping up with one TikTok, but TikTok would be good. Yeah, I think I will try that. But yeah, sorry Zero Agenda and Colton. I'm gonna try to hop on there while I still got time. I mean, I'm not gonna probably stream more than half an hour, but that way I can just kind of get a feel for it, see what it's like on there, see if chat's any different. See what the traffic is like, because it's crazy, because like, so I'll post something on here, and like I said, like a short, and then I'll post a short on TikTok, but it's like, okay, so I posted one last night about a ring around the moon, which usually, you know, if you watch that, you know, it means weather's coming in or temperature's going to drop. It's ice crystals in the upper troposphere, I found out, not stratosphere. But I posted that on here, and it got 2.1 thousand views within like 3 hours, right? I posted it on TikTok, and it got like, I think it's at like 10 views. It's like, I don't really understand. Same title, same video, everything. I'm writing a term paper currently, and I have this playing near. It's definitely keeping me sane. Only 2,000 more words to go. Gosh. I do not envy you. I do not miss homework and like term paper, like any of that stuff. I still like have bad dreams about taking tests. That does not. Ugh. You have my sympathy. $2,000 words. Gosh. What are you writing about? That's cool. I didn't know. You were enrolled in any like education programs or anything like that. Yeah, I don't doubt that. Like, school was fun for certain things. Like, socializing was great, and it's like really easy to make friends in school. Really hard to make friends as an adult. We took nap time for granted. Sorry, I'm cooking, says Joey. What are you sorry for, weirdo? Our dear friend is back. Wish you guys could have seen her. Data centers connecting it with the business opposition. So are you pro or are you for or against the data centers? Because I know that's a really big point of contention within our local community, because there's that people are talking about putting in a data center here. And from what I understand, before I like give my opinion, I'd like to hear what your kind of opinion is. I'm sure you're writing something about it, so I'm sure you. About as fun as it sounds. Hey, it's an interesting, it's an important topic, I think, because there's so many. It uses up a lot of resources, from what I understand. I've definitely heard a lot of opinions about the data center coming into our town potentially. I think it's going to become more prevalent regardless of what the community says, whether it's now or 20 years from now. I absolutely believe that too. I mean, looking at how much resources like go into like something, let's use AI as an example. So I mean, those require entire data centers and processing centers, and they use a ton of water and electricity. But it's like, so do other things. It's like a fun fact, I think, because it's one of the things that I've heard talked about a lot in our community, is like, oh my god, well, it uses so much water, and I can't remember the number that people have been saying about, like, it uses this much water. It's like, okay, fair. However, negative impact, but it's relatively newer business environment. It has plenty of room for 100%. I believe in that too. It's like one of the things people are like, well, it makes utilities more expensive. It uses a lot more water and a lot more electricity, so it raises the prices for everyone else. It's like, well, there's always room for improvements, as you said. As the technology gets better and the cooling systems get better, a lot of them are internally cycled cooling systems now. So it's like, yes, it initially uses quite a bit of water, but then it tapers down. From what I understand, I'm not claiming to be an expert or anything. I've done very little research, but I have done some. But sorry, I think I just messed up my design a little bit. I think that's coming in nice. But rather oppose, I think we should embrace it and look into renewable energy. Absolutely. Back on the water thing, real quick. Let me get this thought finished, or else it'll drive me insane. People want to talk about how much it's like, oh, it uses 1,000 gallons a day or something like that. And you do lose some water because it's not a perfectly closed system, and some of it, that's like, oh, it uses 1,000 gallons a day. It's like, well, no, it uses a percentage of that. Most of that stays in the system, And I hear these people say this, and like I had a coworker say this, and ironically, uh, he's really big into almond butter, which is funny, and I'll get into why. Because one almond takes 6 gallons of water to produce. Like, and that's just gone. That's lost to the plant. And it's like a whole entire container of almond butter, I think, uses like, I can't remember the number. It's probably like 1,000 gallons of water. Gotta be. I don't know how many almonds are in a jar of almond butter. I have 7 watchers right now. But yeah, no, I think it would be good for the community. I know the community opposes it a whole bunch, but I mean, we need jobs in this area. I'm gonna be honest, because the jobs we have now are okay, but they're not great. And I think it would boost the economy as well in other ways, because it's like, you know, people don't like corporations coming into towns, and I get that. Like if it's like Walmart, because that's gonna kill local businesses, right? But what it also does is it makes jobs, and that helps support our local economy by feeding back into our local economy. People spend money when they make money. That's just the reality of it. Now Walmart's a bad example, because most of the time when you spend a bunch of money at Walmart, they give you discounts, and then you end up spending all your paycheck at Walmart as well. But I don't know, it's kind of a thing. I don't want to get like too political. That's something I very much don't want to do with this channel. Our community is stuck in the old ways. Granted, I appreciate it in some aspects, but if you don't adapt, you'll be left behind. Yes, I 100% agree with that. There's a saying in Taoism. It basically translates to like, as long as you stay flexible, you stay alive. And it's like, it's a lot more poetic than that when the way it's actually written. But it means like, as long as you're able to adapt, you're able to stay alive, and I think that's 100% true. And it's like, look at trees, you know, the young flexible saplings are, you know, full of life. They're the most alive the tree will ever be. But once they get old and rigid, they don't bend anymore, they just break. And I think that's true for communities especially. I think I'm thinning this out way too much, guys. I don't really know why I wanted to carve this little scoop bit in here. I just wanted to try it, I think. I think that'll be good for, like, you know, stirring, and then also, like, pulling food out. I can see, like, stirring up, like, pasta, then scooping pasta out. I'm not going to list this one. This one's not, what's the word? Good. This one's just kind of, I'm going to chalk this one up to an experimental piece. But yeah, no, you're definitely right. Our community, I think our community has become pretty stagnant. These small communities, it's like, we lost out because I believe people opposed the meat plant coming out here that went to Wright City. Ooh. Can't talk too much about where I'm at. There's 15 people watching. Welcome other people to the chat. But yeah, we opposed that coming in, and it was a mistake, I think. We lost out on thousands of job opportunities. I think second shift there is supposed to have 1,500 people alone. But yeah. But yeah, that's the thing. There's a saying that I really like, is if it does not challenge you, it cannot change you. And that's true for individual people, and then it's especially true for peoples, a community. You know, if a community can't adapt and change, and it's going to stay behind. And that's where you get towns like New Florence. New Florence is a really great example. That's a little town here in Missouri I used to live in once upon a time, and it's nothing. It's a ghost town. I think there's a gas station. I think there's like an auto shop, and there used to be a diner. I think that's about it. But it's like they used to have a sawmill. It used to have like a quarry. It used to have all kinds of stuff on Main Street, but it didn't want it to grow as a city, and so it's dead. I mean, it's a nice city to be in. It's quiet, but there's nothing there. And you have places like other big cities in the area. Yes, yeah. They have a truck stop now too. Oh, and an Arby's. Whoa, moving up in the world, New Florence. They do have an Arby's. Man, we don't have an Arby's here. That stinks. But yeah, I don't know. It's like I've seen Warrenton oppose. I've seen my hometown oppose all kinds of stuff coming in. It seems like people just are afraid of change. And it's like, I get it, you know. People don't want a whole bunch of, I mean, like, this is one of the fastest growing cities in Missouri. I think we're in the top 10, but yeah. Oh man, I think I'm almost done with this, guys. I'm gonna stop carving on this because it's thin. I think I like the shape. If I keep refining, I'm gonna keep refining it, and I'm gonna get to a point where I'm gonna go too far and it'll be too thin, and when I go to dry it out, it's gonna crack. That's one really great lesson you can learn from green woodworking is patience. Sometimes you have to set a project aside for a few weeks, sometimes a few days, and if you try to rush it, it breaks. Have a good night. Gonna make some dinner. Heck yeah. I want some dinner too. Where's my pizza? No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I think I'm gonna call it quits here. I think we're gonna call it. I need to stop. I'm gonna put it down. I think we're gonna call it good on that. I'm gonna head over to TikTok. Let's hang out there for a little bit. Practice that. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. A little bit of final product. Gotta do. Okay, I gotta cut that corner down. Sorry. I know I said I was done, but I'm gonna go insane. I gotta at least get the shape in, get it finalized. It looks like a kid shovel. Oh. Well, yeah, I'm glad I decided to work on that one spot because there's some other things I need to round out. Having a good night, man. Yeah, you all have a good night too. Take it easy. Don't do anything too dangerous out there. By that I mean stay safe. Get out in the woods, stay safe, and catch you in the next live stream.